Okay, so we've talked a lot about data and the importance of data, but who's responsible for protecting it? And as we consider this question, let's think about another situation.
In December 2015, unfortunately, there was a terrorist attack in San Bernardino, California. The two attackers were eventually killed, and the authorities recovered an Apple iPhone from one of the attackers.
The FBI, however, were unable to access the iPhone because it was encrypted, which basically means that there was a security password needed to enter the phone. Now, the problem the FBI faced was that if they entered the wrong password a certain number of times, the information on the phone would be totally erased. So the FBI went to Apple and asked them to decrypt the phone, allowing the FBI access to the information inside.
From the FBI's perspective, they thought that this was important because the information was necessary for their investigation and could even prevent a possible future terrorist attack. From Apple's perspective, however, they thought that this could potentially lead to what lawyers call a slippery slope. Basically, a precedent that might ultimately lead to greater intrusion and other privacy issues for its users. As a result, Apple rejected the FBI's request to provide access to the locked iPhone.
Now, this was so important to the FBI that they actually went to court to try to compel Apple to provide access to the phone. And after some posturing, though, the case was never really tried, so we don't really know the exact answer to the legal question of whether the security risk was enough to compel Apple to open the phone. But this story raises a lot of very interesting questions that we need to consider.
So for our students, in this situation, let me turn the question to you. How do you feel about Apple's decision? And why do you feel that way?